Welcome again. Today we are going to be talking about how to clone a Git repository. We've talked about in our subsequent class. We've talked about how to push our code into a Git repository from our local our computer. Now, when we talk about that there are several ways to there are just two ways to start a Git repository. I'm not going to dwell on Git and all the definitions and that. You can check my other videos. We say, how do you start a Git repository? You take a local directory that is currently not under version control and turn it into a Git repository. 2, you clone an existing Git repository from elsewhere. So today we are going to clone from a Git repository from GitHub specifically. So how to clone a Git repository? There are commands that we need to know. We need to take note of when we want to clone a Git repository. One is git clone. Then you add the URL link. The next command you need to know is cd. That enables you to cd into the folder. What is cd? cd means change directory. When you change directory, when you cd into the folder, at the point you want to know where you are, your present location. You use the word pwd. Pwd, that is present working directory. That's what pwd is. You can also ls to check the folder, the folder, the contents of a folder. It shows the content of a folder. You can also use ls space space l-la. It shows you the content of a folder and shows you the permissions, the right permissions of that folder. Then you have cat space readme.md. A readme folder is a manual that every developer writes to enable you, a user, be able to navigate on that repo. That's what a readme file. It's like a manual. For instance, you buy an appliance, there will be a little manual that you will read. Okay, how to on, how to put it off, how to service it. So this readme, this thing. So every file you clone from the repository, you should endeavor to read the manual. You should endeavor to read the manual. And how do you read the manual? It is readme. It's readme.md. That's how it is saved. So let's go quickly to GitHub. I want to clone a repository on GitHub. This repository is written by Eze Levinus. The title of the repository is Learnable OOPP Solution Sample. That is it. So these are the files. It has a readme file. Let's look at the readme. This has the readme file. It has book.js, movie.js, statistics.js. Now to clone this repository, I simply go to click on code. You see code. You can clone using HTTPS. You can clone using GitHub CLI. For this, you can also download it to your system. But for this class, I'm going to focus on cloning from using HTTPS. So I click on clone. It has been copied. The file has been copied. In our prior video, our code editor of choice is Visual Studio Code. One of the reasons why I use Visual Studio Code is because Visual Studio Code comes with an integrated terminal. It comes with an integrated terminal. So I simply go open folder. I click on open folder. I have 2 windows open already. Let me quit. Click on open folder. My Visual Studio Code is starting. Okay, there you go. I click on open folder from the file menu. Now I can create a folder. You could already have a folder already. I want to create a folder. I want to call it Eze Levinus. That's the author of the repo. So I click on open. It opens. Yes, I trust the author. So what? Remember what I said? As you want to clone the repo, I want to open my terminal. A terminal comes integrated with Visual Studio Code. When I create a terminal, I just simply type git clone. Remember the first command, if git clone, I copy and paste. Okay, if you use the paste, I can right click and click paste. You see, this is the listen https github.com Linux learn OOP solutions like that. So I simply click on enter. It's cloning. It's cloning. It's done. Yours might take time depending on the size of the file you want to clone. That's it. What did I say we will do next? Now let me check my private working directory, pwd. It's simply pwd. My private working directory is AZV. That is the folder I created. I'm not yet inside this directory. So now what do? I will have to click on, I have to cd into learnable. I've cded into this directory. I click on enter. Now I've entered inside this directory that I cloned from GitHub. I've cded into this repo that I got from, that I cloned from GitHub. This is it. So now when I click, I'm into it to confirm, I click on pwd. It shows me that I'm inside now. Initially when I clicked on present working directory, that is pwd. It showed me I was inside Linux. Now when I checked my present working directory, it showed me now that I am inside learnable OOP solutions sample. So now I'm inside that. Now let's check. Let me see what the contents of this this is. What's the code I'm going to use? Oh, let me take this thing up. Let me take this thing up so that we can see. We see. Oh, okay. Let me clear this my terminal so that. Let me clear so that we can see clearly. Okay. Let me LSLA. You see, this ls command will show us the content and the owners and the rights. This is D, showing us that this is a directory. D, anything I see D is a directory. So let us go to it. These are the rights permission. All this is, these are the rights. This D, this. So, but that's not our. That's not the focus. So you see, one of the things that inside this folder we have book.js, we have .git. Then it's showing that this is a then we have movies.js, we have readme. What did I talk about readme? When you clone a repo, you go to look into the readme so that you're able to know how you'll be able to maximize the functions this repo. And this repo contains the manual instructions on how to utilize the code in this repo that you've cloned. So simply, how do you read the file inside this readme in your terminal? You just simply, you can either, let's go to my left hand side. You see, I open it. I can either read it by clicking on it from here. You see, I can read it from here like this. I can read this from here like this. You see, these are the files. These are the files. You see, these are the files. You can read it from here. You can read it from here. But as somebody at Isotech, we have to also know, if for instance, if you're running this in basically from your terminal, how will you read it? So we use the word, we use the command. We use the command. Let me clear so that we'll be seeing. We use the command. We say cat will listen. Let me say is readme. I can tab. You press on tab, it will auto complete, and you have it readme.md. You see it. I still have it here. I still have it here. So let me open your. You see usage. You see the code. Let me see. So you see everything is the same. From the moment I get the data, you see learnable. Let me take this into the starting. See learnable OOP solution sample. You see have the same thing here. This is a sample solution for the task. This is a sample. So this is basically it. So if you read these instructions, you will see how to run this code. For instance, node statistics. Let's go to node movies.js. These are the node movies.js. Movies.js. Let me get it. Movies.js. You see, this is the movie. This is an OOP. This is an assignment. You will work on sample movie renting API that lets people rent movies from a movie store, applying everything learned so far. You will build your own movie site, and this is the class. This is the consultant. So this is it. These are the code. These are the code that has been written. I will not dwell so much on this. So that then now let me follow the code that the instruction I was given, but from the README. The README simply say if I want to run that code on the movies.js, I have to type node. If you don't have node installed on your system, you will not be able to do it. You need to install node. You have to go to node.org to be able to install node. So I'll be able to use node to run these files. I hope we are all following. So that's it. So let me say I want to run this file. Let me just check my PWD. My PWD. Let me clear so that I will be up, so everybody can see. So what do? I simply say node. I want to run. Where am I? Okay. I want to run this movies. This thing. So I just simply say node movies. I tab to complete it. I click on enter. So this is it. So the code is working. I'm able to view the code that the writer wrote, that the owner of the repo wrote. I'm able to see the rented movie title and all that. So I hope this is the simple way, a straightforward way on how to code. So if you don't know you don't know what GIT is, you don't know how to open a repo, you don't know how to push to a repository to get GitHub, then they want to check my previous videos. It will guide you on how to go about it. See you next time. Peace.